Here's who stood out during the 8th practice of 49ers training camp. The players will take off Monday, then resume practices Tuesday and finish camp Friday. They've reached the final stretch. Free safety Jimmie Ward. He read Jimmy Garoppolo's eyes from center field and sprinted all the way to the sideline to break up a deep pass intended for Kendrick Bourne, who had beaten cornerback Ahkello Witherspoon deep. This was the best play I've ever seen Ward make in an NFL practice or game. He seems to have improved his instincts and reaction time at free safety after playing an entire season there in 2019 for the first time since entering the league. The 49ers don't need and absolutely should not sign Earl Thomas, whom the Ravens just cut. Thomas is old and players don't seem to like him. The Ravens certainly didn't. So why should the 49ers take on that headache? They already have Ward, who's better than Thomas anyway. Cornerback Emmanuel Moseley. After breaking up a deep pass intended for Brandon Aiyuk on Saturday, Moseley denied 2 more deep passes to Aiyuk on Sunday. During the second deep pass, Aiyuk appeared to pull his hamstring. More on him later. Moseley has not given up any long catches during camp and clearly is one of the 2 best corners on the team. I understand the 49ers want Moseley to compete for a starting job, but he's crushing the competition. Linebacker Kwon Alexander. He broke up a long pass Garoppolo intended to throw to Bourne, who was running a deep corner route. Alexander read Garoppolo's eyes, backpedaled, jumped, and tipped the ball away. This was one of the most athletic plays of training camp. Alexander is phenomenal in zone coverage. Defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw. He redeemed himself after a rough Saturday practice. On Sunday, he finally beat left tackle Laken Tomlinson during one-on-one pass rush drills, beat him for the first time in camp. Kinlaw used a rip move to beat Tomlinson to the outside, and Tomlinson actually fell down trying to block the rookie. Later, Kinlaw twice beat rookie guard Colton McKivitz, who twice beat Kinlaw in the same drill on Saturday. Kinlaw isn't a polished pass rusher yet, but he certainly is improving. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Good Jimmie finally returned after bad Jimmie had taken over the past 2 practices. On Sunday, Garoppolo threw 0 picks, made no bad decisions, and completed 68% of his passes. He overthrew a deep pass to Jerick McKinnon, but to be fair, I've never seen Garoppolo throw deep to McKinnon before. They'll need time to get on the same page. Running back Jerick McKinnon. He burned Pro Bowl middle linebacker Fred Woerner with a wheel route up the sideline during team drills, but Garoppolo overthrew him. McKinnon still dove for the ball, just completely laid out, which I love to see. I hate when receivers watch a well-thrown pass land 2 feet in front of them. Yes, I'm looking at you, Emmanuel Sanders. You should have dove for Garoppolo's deep pass in the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. McKinnon would have. Running back Tevin Coleman. He had the longest run of the day, a 30-yard gain around the right side of the offensive line. Coleman seems like a lock to make the 53-man roster, start week 1 against the Cardinals, run the ball in the 49ers' first offensive play, and gain 3 yards. Can't wait. Tight end Charlie Woerner. Ross Dwelley missed his 2nd consecutive practice with a foot injury, so Woerner became the number 2 tight end for a day and played well. Garoppolo threw him 4 passes, and Woerner caught 3. And the incomplete pass was behind him, so Garoppolo was at fault, not the rookie tight end. Woerner clearly is a better player than last year's 6th-round pick, tight end Caden Smith, who was a complete stiff. Left tackle Trent Williams. He buried Eric Armstead's face in the dirt during team drills. The 49ers ran the ball toward Armstead, which he didn't expect initially, so he tried to duck under Williams at the last minute and just got crushed. Ended up face down on the ground, but popped up real quick so no one would notice. I noticed, Eric. Defensive end D. Ford. He left practice with what appeared to be a right calf injury. He suffered the injury during one-on-one pass rush drills when he tried to beat right tackle Mike McGlinchey with a speed move around the edge and came up lame. The trainers checked out Ford and rubbed his right calf before escorting him off the field. No word yet on the severity of the injury, but it's starting to seem like Ford never will be fully healthy for the 49ers. Shame. Wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk. He left practice with what appeared to be a hamstring injury. Aiyuk was running a deep route against cornerback Emmanuel Moseley when the injury occurred. Aiyuk jogged extremely slowly back to the huddle and never returned to action. He watched the rest of practice from the sideline. Aiyuk had been having a tremendous camp, but this is the kind of setback that can derail a wide receiver's rookie season. Dante Pettis is the next man up on the 49ers depth chart, meaning they have issues at wide receiver. Are they desperate enough to sign Antonio Brown or Dez Bryant? We'll see. Guard Ross Reynolds. He left practice with an undisclosed injury and was down on the ground for 3 or 4 minutes. The 49ers stopped practice out of respect to Reynolds. A trainer rushed to him, then immediately sprinted as fast as he could across the field. That's how you knew the injury was serious. The trainer got the cart and drove it over to Reynolds, and all the offensive linemen walked over and helped lift Reynolds into the cart, then patted him on the shoulder as he rode away with his head down. I was tremendously moved by the compassion the 49ers showed an injured player. Defensive end Nick Bosa. He missed his second day in a row after leaving Friday's practice early. The 49ers say Bosa has no injury. Do you believe them? I'm not sure I do. To be fair, Bosa has watched the past 2 practices from the sideline and didn't seem injured. Perhaps the 49ers simply want to protect him, which would be smart. They probably should have protected Ford today as well. Wide receiver Dante Pettis. He dropped a beautifully thrown deep pass from C.J. Beathard during team drills. Pettis let the ball graze off his fingertips and did not dive for the ball as McKinnon did. Pettis played exceptionally well on Tuesday, but has not played particularly well since then. Get it together, Dante. The 49ers need you now. Center Daniel Brunskill. He still is struggling big time at center. Today, Kentavious Street pushed Brunskill around during one-on-ones. Brunskill cannot start week 1 at center for the 49ers. The fact they haven't signed a center probably means they expect Ben Garland, who has an ankle injury, to be healthy soon. He'd better be. Quarterback Nick Mullens. He threw only 4 passes all morning. Odd considering Beathard threw 10. And Mullens completed 3 of his 4 passes. But the 4th pass was intercepted by linebacker Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. Mullens has now thrown 3 picks in the past 3 practices. So un-Mullens of him. Tight end Jordan Reed. He warmed up with the 49ers, but didn't actually practice with them. He stretched and jogged and threw some shadow punches, but didn't run routes, catch passes, or block. Didn't even wear pads. I have no idea if he's still a good football player, but he's an elite stretcher.